Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Xochitl. If you are new here, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to hit it, especially if you love affordable makeup reviews, tutorials, demos, anything under the sun for some balling on a budget. Today, I wanted to do a affordable bridal makeup tutorial for those of you who want to save some money and do your makeup yourself, or if maybe you're a bridesmaid wanting to do your own makeup, or maybe you're gonna be that person who needs to have that pop and highlight when you get to the ceremony in the middle of it, and you know, speak now or forever hold your peace. That's gonna be your moment and you stand in there. That's you. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick, easy, and affordable bridal makeup tutorial. If you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. So I've already gone ahead and done my right eye to save us some time, and this is going to be super duper easy. You can mix it up with whatever lid shade you choose, and I'll even give you some options how to step it up a notch. To start, I'm just going to go ahead and keep it simple, save us even more money by using a product twice, multiple times. So I'm going to go ahead and take the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and this is also not only going to be my concealer, but my eyeshadow base, so you don't have to go and buy another one, especially because this concealer is already so full coverage. It's going to create a beautiful base and make whatever colors you put on your lid stand out even more. To set that concealer, I'm just going to go ahead and take my NYX HD Finishing Powder. I'm just going to set that in place. So now we have a nice, bright, beautiful base and eyeshadow palette to use. Drugstore affordable. This is really, really hard. But the one that just gives me bridal sultry vibes is the Milani Pure Passion palette. I just love these sultry pinks and burgundies. If you don't have this palette, totally pick it up. Worth it if you want it for your wedding or just every single day. I'm gonna go ahead and take this middle shade, Totally Fawn of You. Ah, so clever. But I'm gonna use this with a fluffy brush as my transition shade. So we're just gonna pack this on the end, and then we're gonna blend in. And in little circular motions, windshield wipers. Really, these colors are so pigmented, but they're so easily blendable. I'm just gonna go back and forth. Don't worry if you go a little high on your brow or outside. This is why we're doing the eyes first. We're gonna clean all that up. We're almost done with this eyeshadow look. That's how easy it is. We're 2/3 of the way in, or about to be. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here, spice it up, a nice like terracotta-y type of brown, and I'm taking a Morphe M433 and I'm patting it on the edge. And then same thing, we're gonna blend it in. I want the most pigment on the outer edge, and then we're gonna blend this in. This one we're gonna blend more directly into the crease. It's okay if it falls on the lid, preferable if you have the color come down as opposed to up, because I'm gonna show you how we shall clean that up. But super easy, just windshield wiper. You can do little circular motions and you bring it in, little windshield wiper motions. And pack that in. Blend that into the eye as opposed to, you know, out. Really, like, try to find that socket. If you want to open your eye to try to find that socket, you can do that too. And we're gonna little circular motions, blend that in. You can add in more color if you want. This is a beautiful shade for like so many different skin tones. Gonna go back in, no additional product, with our first fluffy brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk fluffy brush. This is their 109 brush. I don't think they sell this one anymore though, but something that looks fluffy like this. So before we go in with our lid shade, I'm going to show you how to take it up a notch and help your lid shade stand out even more. I'm taking a little bit more of that L'Oreal Infallible Concealer on a little tiny concealer brush. This is a Wet n Wild brush, and we're going to carve out the lid. Once again, we're going to emphasize that base, so whatever color you put on there is going to stand and pop. Now I'm going to go ahead and take any flat shader brush. This is a MAC 242. This just so happened to be what was clean in my stash, but I love flat shader e.l.f. brushes as well. And I'm going to take my Milani Make It Last setting spray, and I'm going to spray it a little bit because we're going to emphasize even more. And I'm going to go ahead and take this shade Lust and Luminous. Honestly, any one of these shades will look beautiful depending on your skin tone, your skin preference, your color preference. I think they're going to look great, but this Lust and Luminous is just perfect name. It's just so luminous, and I'm going to show it. Let's see. This is how good it is. Ooh. Look at that. And I'm pressing the shade as opposed to swiping. Now I'm going to go back in with that shade, spice it up in a little pencil brush. And I'm just going to use this to kind of just blend in the two colors together. And it's just going to give me that precision. You totally don't have to if you don't want to be precise. That's just me. But especially like the top, because I don't want to lose that lid coverage, but I want to blend it in as much. So I'm kind of like meshing the two together. You can also go back in with that Morphe M433 brush and just a little bit higher and just blend that out. Now what I'm going to do, take a little tiny bit more of concealer and I'm going to clean up underneath my brow. So if you feel like you went a little bit too high, it's okay. We're going to clean that up. I'll just go in with the shade Truth or Bare, this like matte eggshell, and just place that underneath my brow bone. Totally optional, but you can go into a little bit of Always Pink of Me and just blend that on the top. Just get a little hint of pink. And then just one round of blending that all together. The biggest thing here that's gonna make a difference is taking your time to blend. Take your time, give yourself some time. It's your day. What's the rush? Do you have to go back to work after your wedding? Maybe you do, I don't know, but give yourself, it's your day. Take your time, blend, blend, blend. So I went ahead and added my Drugstore Face Primer, which is the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Primer. I have dry skin, so I want to keep my luminosity or add luminosity to my face. However, if you have oily skin, I would definitely recommend the L'Oreal Infallible, the Pro Matte Primer. I think that's another good option to go. For a foundation, feel free to use whatever foundation you want. A current favorite of mine, that's only $6 and it just looks flawless, beautiful, full coverage. It's supposed to give you a 16-hour wear. I just know it lasts a long time. It is the Hard Candy Glamoflauge Full Coverage Foundation. Mine is in the shade Beige. You can find these at Walmart, but if you want a foundation on a budget that's gonna look flawless and beautiful, I would definitely go with this one. Also, you want something that's gonna last you a long time, because let me tell you, whenever I do a makeup for brides, bridal weddings, you know, bridal parties, you know, mother of the bride, you know, mother-in-law, it's usually large groups. So, you know, these days can start as early as maybe like 6 a.m. Whether I'm doing a bunch of people or just in general, I feel like you just have so much to do. And if you're DIYing your wedding, not only your makeup, but you know, you're probably in charge of all these other things, you are going to need your makeup to stay in place. You're not going to want to worry about it budging. You got other things to focus on. So something that's going to be long lasting. And this one I feel like is also really good for different all skin types. I had dry skin and I freaking love this. And I think this would look great with normal or oily skin, but look at that coverage though. But yeah, I've just been getting a lot of compliments on this one. My other favorite would be the Milani Conceal and Perfect. If you really want to play it safe, I would say oily skin, maybe try the Maybelline Matte and Poreless. I think that's a great option for photos in your wedding. For my concealer, I'm going full coverage. Totally don't have to go lighter if you want. If you want something like a lighter option, I definitely suggest the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer. I love it. If you're not sure like what your preference is, I think that's a good safe bet. But since I was already using it and I'm personally a full coverage queen, I'm going to go ahead and use the L'Oreal Full Wear Infallible Full Wear Concealer. And honestly, you don't need too much. And I like that this isn't too light. And we are doing a dimension here because we want to stand out. But like I said, we don't want too light because we don't want that flash from the camera just like making our under eyes look crazy. A little bit goes a long way. As I slather on a bunch. But it's your day. Also, the sponge I am using, highly recommend, is the Morphe Beauty Sponge. If you prefer a brush, I like the Wet n Wild, the flathead kabuki brush. And I have a round face, so I love to highlight and contour. Also, you kind of want to, I would suggest if you've never done bronzing contouring, I would definitely suggest doing at least a little bit of it on a day like this where you're going to be taking a lot of photos, especially if you have like a lot of flash too, because sometimes, you know, the flash can kind of take away from your makeup and it won't look like you're wearing too much. So don't go crazy, but you know, add a little bit extra so you don't look washed out. However, do as you please. Maybe you're doing a morning, afternoon, simple thing. To set my concealer, I'm gonna go ahead and take my NYX HD Finishing Powder, and this is a Real Techniques setting brush. I'm just gonna take it and tap that underneath so that everything stays in place, especially you're gonna be twerking on that dance floor. To finish up around my eyes, I'm gonna take my pencil brush and take a little bit of that Spice It Up and just put this on my lower lash line. If you don't like to have anything on, if you don't like to have anything on your lower lash line, feel free to skip it. You can take that Morphe M433 brush that you use and no additional product, just blending this out. I went ahead and added my wing liner. I used my NYX Matte Liquid Liner. I went a little bit smaller with the wing. Go as fierce as you want. People are like, no, this is time to be sultry and whatever. I'm a wing liner type of girl, and I might even go more ham with my wing liner on my day, because it's my day. Don't you dare come for my wing. But I thought like this is a nice little size. And you can, you know, go crazier if you want. Maybe the dance party, go really wing it out. For lashes, a lash that I always suggest to brides who never wear lashes, who are scared of lashes, I think that one that's very, very comfortable, especially because you're going to be wearing this all day long. If you choose to wear lashes, are the Ardell Wispies or the Demi Wispies if you're really like afraid of lashes or just want something just a little bit more subtle but glam. This is definitely like my chill glam type of lash. So I gone ahead and added some glue, let it kind of dry down a bit, and I'm gonna add my lashes. Super easy to put on. This is a very beginner friendly lash, or find a friend who knows how to do lashes if you just need someone just for that. Also, make sure you or one of your bridesmaids in their emergency kit, they have a lash glue, because you don't know if your lashes, somebody else's lashes, are gonna end up falling off, either because maybe they weren't secured properly, or you know what, you're sweating it up on the dance floor, you were crying, it's an emotional day, hopefully for good reasons, and you know, you might need some extra lash glue, so definitely have that on a deck. By the way, the lash glue that I use is the Dual Lash Glue. You can find this at any drugstore. My absolute favorite lash glue. You don't need to spend more than this Dual Lash Glue. Very simple lashes, but they really take the look up a notch, give you that nice sultriness, starting to come together and look bridal-like. Also, if you love lashes, step it up a notch if you feel like it. I love the House of Lashes Iconics. I also love the Coco Lashes Queen Bees. I think those are so like flirty. Whatever you want. There's no definition of the ideal bride. You are whatever bride you want to be. I personally am not going to set my face because I do have dry skin. I've been liking the look of not setting my face. I feel like throughout the day, maybe I might touch up with a little bit of facial spray on my sponge and kind of like dipping that into the powder and just kind of fixing from there, but I don't need it. If you guys want, check out my drugstore makeup starter kit for options for oily and dry skin for powders if you so choose to use it. I'm going to skip it over and I'm going to go in with my Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. And my favorite brush to do this powder or add this powder on with, so you don't look muddy or splotchy, is this is a crown brush. This is a dual fiber brush, so it picks up less product. So I'd rather just build up and be safe, especially after you've done all this work. I love doing that instead. So in case you feel like you might be heavy-handed with the bronzer and you really want it to look good, like you want it to look airbrushed on, I would definitely suggest a dual fiber brush. Morphe probably has some of these that you can pick up at Ulta, but it's like a little bit smaller, and this fits nicely on the cheekbones. I have my bronzer shade in the 02 Sunkissed. They have one that's a little bit lighter and one that's a little bit darker, if you would like, but we're just bringing some dimension back to the face, especially if you don't want the flash to kind of drown you out a little bit. Just adding and blending. Don't worry if you go a little bit too low. I'll show you how to clean it all up and make it look flawless. Make sure to blend this into your hairline too. so that you can't see the difference, especially if you have like hair pulled back type of a look. So that you don't see like your lighter skin tone. If you guys want a step-by-step how to contour and highlight, I'll link that video down below for you guys. Also a tutorial on a wing liner. If you got a couple months, practice, 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 and save yourself lots of money. Now say you want to clean up the contour a little bit more, chisel out the cheekbones a little bit more, go back in with your NYX HD setting powder. Maybe you have a loose setting powder and your sponge or that setting brush, but I'm just gonna go in and dip in the powder a little bit, get my sponge, and I'm just gonna clean that up. I'm just gonna let that sit there just a little bit. It's like you're erasing. In case you weren't precise with the contouring, here's where you can fix it. And if maybe you went a little bit too low, you can also clean that up. For my blush, you can definitely go whatever your preference is. If you watch my channel here a lot, you know my favorite, Flower Beauty. This is their Flower Pots blush. They have different colors. I love this freaking formula so much, and I love a good peach blush. This is like the perfect peach blush, but if you want a pink, definitely go with a pink. And I'm using a Target Up and Up brush, $6, my favorite blush brush, and also a great like bronzer brush too. For a face highlight preference, whatever you want, a great affordable one is by Wet n Wild, their Mega Glow highlighter in the shade Precious Petals. I think this is a great like in between like pinky and peachy. Nice, almost universal, but they've got other options if you want something a little bit deeper. And I'm going to take a Morphe M501 brush. Add a little bit of highlight. Ooh. Glow girl. I'm going to take the back of my brush and spritz it a little bit. I'm actually going to dip in to that face highlight and just put this in my inner corner. Now we're just gonna go ahead and wipe out, look at that glow, ooh. Now we're gonna go and wipe out that powder and blend. I'm blending my brush, my blush, my bronzer, my highlights all together, and also making sure where I kind of carved out underneath that contour doesn't look too harsh. So making everything a nice seamless blend. Now I'm going to pick out a lipstick, the hardest part of any tutorial. I'll be right back. Before I forget, this is optional, but I would definitely suggest blending your false lashes with your fake lashes. Totally optional if you want to do mascara on your lower lashes. That can be risky. If you do, I would suggest using a waterproof mascara, but at least for your top lashes, just kind of comb over them. Especially, you know, you might get some powder on your real lashes and it can just, you'll tell the difference this way. I mean, I'm sure people will know they're fake, but I don't know. These are usually pretty good at like not. I'm using the Flower Beauty Lash Warrior mascara, but feel free. I think they have a waterproof version. I honestly don't use waterproof. But if you do for your lower lashes, but if not, I think it totally looks fine without it. Maybe you don't even have much lash to begin with. If you're a crier, skip this step. I tend to cry like every wedding, even people's weddings who I don't know them. I'll cry. I probably won't cry if I'm like that drunk bridesmaid. That happened. It was like a party, and that's what happens when you start the bridal party off with champagne before the ceremony. Lipstick is totally up to you. Do a bright color if you want. Do something nude. What a tip I would definitely suggest would be using a lip liner, especially if you're gonna go nude, like a really light nude, just so your lips don't kind of get lost in the flash of the camera. Just, it'll help enhance them even a little bit, but it'll help just kind of not wash you out that much. So I'm gonna go in with my favorite Colourpop in collaboration with Iluvsarahii in the shade 951 to define my lips. I'm going to go in with a matte lipstick, and the one that I'm using today, this is very difficult. It'll probably change like 10 times before I chose this. I'm gonna go in with a nude one, a matte, a comfortable matte one, Nude Embrace by Maybelline. This is their Into Matte lipstick line, so they have a whole shade of nude lipsticks. I'll link down below lipstick swatches so you can kind of see all the colors. But I'm gonna go in with this one. That's super light, but complimentary. Feel free to go in with gloss. I debate this personally because I know Frankie's not a gloss person. And I also maybe was debating, should I go in with a liquid matte lipstick? What color? I don't know. This might be the one where you go through a bunch of different shades until you find the right one, but just find what's most comfortable for you. I think I'm just gonna keep it nice and matte. Feel free to go in with something maybe peachier, pinkier, test it out, see what works best for you. Let me know if you guys want to see my favorite like nude lipstick and lip liner combos, and maybe with like lip gloss combos as well. That would be fun. Final most important step, lock your makeup down with a makeup setting spray, and this will last you so much longer throughout the day, throughout dancing, dinner, drinks. It's probably gonna be a long day. So I love the Milani Make It Last setting spray from the drugstore. Only $10. They even have mini versions if maybe you even want to add them as like little gifts for like your bridesmaids or whatever. You can definitely do that as well. Make that face last all night long, especially if you're Latino and you know El Caballo Dorado is coming on and you're trying to be the last one standing. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick, easy, affordable drugstore bridal makeup tutorial. If anybody tries this out for their wedding day or just any special event, please tag me, show me. I definitely want to see how it came out, especially want to be part of your ballin' on a budget weddings. Help you save a little bit of time, or if as a bridesmaid you use this as well, let me know. Congratulations to any brides out there who are watching this video for some tips, some tricks to save some money and do your own makeup for your special day. Comment down below, help each other out, as well as I'm kind of curious for when the day comes for some other affordable tips that you are using to save even more money on your wedding day. Maybe just because that's all the budget you have, or because you want to splurge on your honeymoon or even a house. Let me know. I would definitely like to start adding those up. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up with some more videos, and I'll see you guys next time.